Don't close this. Listen. Because from the moment your eyes met this page, something in your spirit flinched, a quiet recognition, a tremor in your intuition. This is the message that has been circling you, waiting for the exact moment your energy would still enough to receive it. So stay here. Breathe into this space. Let these words land, not just in your mind, but in the quiet, waiting parts of your soul. What I am about to share will weave together every frayed thread of feeling you've been holding in the dark. Your quietness lately, it hasn't gone unnoticed, not in the way you might think. You believe they are distant, preoccupied, unmoved, but that is the illusion. The truth is, your silence has become the loudest sound in their world. It echoes in the spaces your words used to fill. It vibrates in the pauses of their day. They felt the shift the moment you turned your energy inward. It wasn't a dramatic exit, it was a subtle, profound withdrawal. And that subtlety is what's unraveling them. To them, this isn't just silence, it is a mirror held up by the universe, forcing them to look at reflections they've spent a lifetime avoiding, the parts of self they tucked away as fears, the fears they dressed up as logic, the love they called complication. Your silence stripped away the noise, and now all they see is that reflection. And it is terrifying, and it is awakening. Don't look away. Your spirit is asking you to receive this. The universe has been relentless, pushing them, nudging them with a consistency that dismantles skepticism. They see sequences, 11:11 on the clock, just as your name floats through their mind. 333 on a license plate when they're questioning everything. 777 in a book they randomly open. They might scoff, call it coincidence, but their soul knows. It recognizes the fingerprint of something divine. These are not random digits, they are spiritual breadcrumbs leading them back to a truth they've been circling. They dream in fragments of you, vivid, emotional dreams that leave them waking with a hollow ache, a nostalgia for something that feels both past and future. They'll be in the middle of a conversation, a task, a laugh, and a wave, sudden, unexplained, washes over them, a feeling of you. It's disorienting. It makes them quiet in a room full of people, lost in a memory or a sensation they can't name. They are wondering, in their private moments, why your absence feels more profound than any presence ever has. They are overwhelmed, not from a place of not caring, but from caring too deeply in a way they have no language for. Your silence didn't push them away, it turned them inside out. It shook the very foundations of the emotional fortress they'd built. The walls they thought were for protection now feel like a prison. Your quiet has forced them into a confrontation they can no longer postpone, the confrontation with their own genuine, unedited feelings for you. And in that confrontation, they feel unmoored, out of control. This is why their energy may seem strange to you, restless, impulsive, emotional. It's not about you, it's the internal storm your absence has triggered. A cyclone of realizations, regrets, and raw fear. The fear is crystallizing into one sharp, undeniable point. I am about to lose something I wasn't brave enough to hold. This realization is pushing them toward the edge of their own character. They are contemplating acts that feel wild, bold, utterly out of pattern. Why? Because the safe, predictable path of silence and distance has been incinerated by the intensity of their own awakening. The choice they've been avoiding, to step fully in or step completely out, is now screaming at them from the void you left. You have wondered, in the quiet of your own heart, you have asked, do they feel this? Does my absence carve a space in them, or do they simply fill it with other noise? The universe is whispering the answer to you now. Yes. They feel it in their bones, in the hollow of their chest when they first wake, in the way familiar comforts now taste like ash. Your silence is not an empty space to them. It is an active, palpable energy, an absence of presence. It weighs on them. They talk about you, not in spoken words to friends, but in the endless rehearsed dialogues of their mind. They compose paragraphs they never send. They play out conversations in the shower, in traffic, in the dark before sleep. They argue with you, explain to you, apologize to you, confess to you, all within the sacred silent chapel of their own thoughts. Their soul has reached a tipping point. They are in a state of sacred questioning. Why did I hold back? Why did I mistake vulnerability for weakness? Why did I believe distance would make me stronger when it only made me emptier? Why did I not see the treasure in front of me when my hands were free to hold it? Listen closely, for this is the divine mechanism at work. Your silence did not sever the connection, it switched the current. It moved the energy from the external space between you to the internal space within them. You stopped speaking so their own soul could finally start screaming. You created a vacuum, and nature, spiritual nature, abhors a vacuum. The universe is rushing into that space, into the cracks of their fractured defenses, flooding them with clarity they can no longer ignore. Don't close this. This is the confirmation your intuition has been seeking. Your soulmate is being prepared for a move, not a hesitant, testing the waters move, a move born of spiritual imperative, a move that says, I have seen the cost of my silence, and I will not pay it. They are planning, scheming even, in the most heartfelt way. They are gathering courage like scattered stones, building a path back to you. This isn't about impulse, it's about integration. They are integrating the lessons your silence taught them. They are realizing this connection is not of the ordinary world, it is soul level. It is a thread in the tapestry of their destiny, and cutting it has shown them the entire picture begins to unravel. They are being pulled toward you by a gravity they cannot fight. Your silence was not the lock on the door, it was the key that turned in the lock, opening a passage they didn't even know existed. The intensity you feel around this situation, the sleepless nights, the sudden anxious pulls, the moments of inexplicable calm, that is not your imagination. It is the resonance of two souls syncing on a frequency that transcends physical distance. Your energy fields are communing. You are feeling the echoes of their internal earthquake. They are putting on a magnificent act for the world. I'm fine. It's all good. Life moves on. But inside, the architecture of their self is undergoing renovation. Rooms of pride are being demolished. Hallways of fear are being aired out. The foundation of who they thought they were is being inspected and found shaky. And it's all under the quiet, powerful architect of your absence. They pace. They pick up their phone a dozen times an hour, not even knowing what they hope to see. They overanalyze every past interaction, hearing your words with new ears, seeing your actions with new eyes. They are realizing the profound depth in what they once dismissed as simple. Heaven, spirit, the universe, it is engaging their pride in a final, decisive war, and their pride is losing. The sound of your silence has become a roar in the chambers of their heart, drowning out the whispers of ego. They feel your worth now, not as an abstract concept, but as a physical ache. They feel the absence of your softness, your loyalty, your understanding. They are learning, in the most visceral way, that your presence was not an addition to their life, it was a foundational element, and without it, things are beginning to tilt. The signs for them are escalating. The angel numbers you've noticed are mirroring in their reality. 222 appears when they plead for balance. 555 flashes as they contemplate radical change. 1111 glows at the exact moment they dare to envision a future sculpted with you in it. The cosmos is not subtle with them anymore. It is insistent, repetitive, undeniable. Someone in their physical world has noticed the shift. A friend, a sibling, a colleague. Someone has looked at them and said, "You're somewhere else. Who is it?" And that simple question acted like a seismic charge, detonating the last of their denials. They froze because the answer, screaming in their soul, was your name. That external acknowledgement made the internal reality inescapable. Your energy has never left them. In fact, by pulling it back to yourself, you made it more potent. You condensed it. Now it lives in them not as a gentle companion, but as a haunting, beautiful ghost. It follows them. It shows up in memories that ambush them in line for coffee, in songs that shuffle on at the perfect, painful moment, in the way they'll see someone laugh, and for a split second, it's your laugh they hear. They are scrolling through digital remnants, old photos, saved texts, fragments of conversations. They are reading your past words with a new heart, and they are hearing the wisdom, the patience, the love they were too blocked to receive the first time. They are seeing your intuition in action, your kindness in motion, and it humbles them. It breaks them open. The universe is actively clearing their field. Distractions are falling away. Superficial connections are fading. Situations that once consumed their attention now feel meaningless. This is divine curation. Heaven is removing the clutter, so the only thing left in the clear space is the truth of what they feel for you. They are losing the capacity to pretend, even to themselves. What is coming is not a text, not a casual, "Hey." What is brewing is an event, an emotional surrender, a moment of truth so potent it will alter the timeline between you. They are moving toward a breakthrough, not a breakdown. They are gathering not the words to say, but the courage to be seen, truly seen by you. They are choosing, in the silent battleground of their heart, vulnerability over safety. They are realizing that the risk of your rejection is a shadow compared to the certain hell of their own regret. The universe is not asking you to move toward them. It is asking you to stand firmly and divinely in your own worth, to stay aligned with your peace. You are the lighthouse, and your steady, silent light is what they are using to navigate their own stormy sea. Your energy is the magnet. Your authenticity is the pull. They feel called, not in a casual way, but in a fated, destined way. It's a pull they can't intellectualize anymore. They may try to label it as obsession, as nostalgia, as weakness, but in their deepest moments of honesty, they know it is none of those. It is recognition, soul recognition. They are being spiritually confronted. Their dreams are more than dreams. They are visitations. Their sudden emotions are not mood swings. They are transmissions from the bond you share. They are seeing your name, your initials, symbols tied to you everywhere. The universe is speaking their language, and the only word in the lexicon right now is you. They are undergoing a mirror test. They are being given a taste of the uncertainty, the longing, the quiet ache they once allowed you to carry. This is not karma. It is empathy in its most divine form. They are being made to feel, in a controlled spiritual environment, what their actions or inactions made you feel. It is the universe's most effective teaching tool, embodied understanding. And it is working. A triggered memory, a scent, a place, a line from a movie you loved can now send them into a spiral of clarity. Why did I not fight? Why did I choose the armor over the heart? Why did I let the best thing walk away? Your silence has become their spiritual teacher, your distance their most impactful lesson, your absence the textbook from which they are finally learning. They are imagining the act of surrender, playing the movie of it in their mind, picking up the phone, the ring, your voice, showing up at your door, the words tumbling out, raw and unpolished, the relief, the terror, the catharsis. They are moving closer every day to the point where the fantasy must become flesh, where the rehearsal must become the performance. They are being refined. Their ego is being sanded down, their spirit is being softened in the way only profound loss or the threat of it can soften a person. They are being guided, step by painful step, back to the doorway of your heart, and your silence was the signpost that started the journey. So do not doubt the quiet strength you have wielded. Do not question the divine intelligence of your own retreat. You did not break this, you activated it. You turned the key. Something monumental is coalescing in the unseen, a moment of emotional honesty that will reshape the landscape between you. It will be heartfelt, it will be human, it will be real. Your soulmate is at the precipice. The universe has cornered them with a clarity so bright their old shadows of fear and pride have nowhere left to hide. They are realizing in their spirit's core, I cannot lose this person. The cost is my own aliveness. They are sitting with the memories now, not as passing thoughts, but as sacred artifacts. Your voice, your laugh, the specific light in your eyes when they understood you, the peace you carried that felt like a sanctuary. They are realizing that your absence has become a presence more powerful than anything physical. Their guides, their intuition, their own aching heart, all choirs are singing the same hymn. Act before it is too late. Speak before the window seals shut. They are imagining your future, and the thought of it not including them is a pain they find unbearable. This pain is not to destroy them, it is the final fuel for their transformation. It is the fire that burns away the last of their resistance. They are planning their brave thing, a message that lays it all bare, a journey to close the physical gap, a confession that holds nothing back. They are moving from what if to what must be. And the universe is preparing you too. Those sudden waves of feeling, the synchronicities, the dreams, it is your soul tuning to the new frequency that is being established. You are being readied to receive a truth, to discern its authenticity, and to stand in your power when it arrives. They are coming forward not as the person who walked away, but as the person your silence helped rebuild, softer, stronger, clearer, more humble, more aware of your worth because they have felt the staggering weight of its absence. Your silence was not the end of the story. It was the crucial dark night before the dawn, the stillness before a profound and healing storm. Stay open, stay grounded, stay true to the peace you have cultivated. The turning point is not coming.
Don't move past this. This is the final piece. The universe has aligned these words for you at this exact moment because the energy has reached its peak. The pressure in the spiritual realm is now translating into physical reality. Sit with this. Breathe into the certainty that is about to unfold. Your silence has done more than you could ever architect with words. It has become a sacred container, a vessel in which their soul has been fermenting, transforming, breaking down and rebuilding itself from the ashes of its own fear. What you initiated as an act of self-preservation has triggered a divine sequence in their life, a sequence that is now barreling toward a conclusion written in the stars. This is not hope. This is not wishful thinking. This is the spiritual mechanics of a profound connection reacting to the catalyst of your withdrawal. They are in the final stages of their unraveling. The initial panic has subsided, replaced by a deep, resonant ache, a homesickness for a soul they feel they have exiled. They wake up with your name as the first conscious thought, not as a memory, but as a summons. Throughout their day, you were the silent punctuation to every sentence, the invisible participant in every conversation. They'll be speaking to someone and their mind will drift, wondering what you would think of this, what joke you would make, how your silence would judge the scene. You have become their internal compass, and the needle is spinning wildly, pointing only to true north, which is you. The universe is now applying direct pressure. It is removing the final buffers. That friend they leaned on for distraction, Suddenly, that friend is busy, moving away, or speaking hard truths about accountability. That hobby that consumed them, it has lost its flavor, feeling empty and purposeless. The work that was an escape, it now feels like a meaningless chore. Every exit door they once ran toward is sealing shut, one by one, until the only door left standing is the one that leads back to the truth, back to you. They are experiencing what the mystics call the dark night of the soul, but its genesis is not a lack of God, it is a lack of you. They are realizing in a cellular way that the divine connection they sought in prayers and rituals was mirrored in the human connection they had with you. Your energy wasn't just compatible, it was complementary in a sacred sense. You filled a space in their spirit they didn't know was hollow until you left, and now the emptiness has a shape, a name, and a profound, echoing sound. Listen to this next part, for it is critical. They are no longer fighting the feeling. They are beginning to surrender to it. The war between their pride and their heart is reaching its ceasefire. Pride is wounded, exhausted. The heart, however, fueled by the timeless energy of genuine connection, is proving indefatigable. They are tired of the internal civil war. The energy it takes to pretend they are okay, to convince themselves this is for the best, has depleted them. They are entering a state of weary acceptance. I am in love with them. I have always been, and this silence is killing me. This surrender is not weak. It is the strongest thing they have ever done. It requires them to dismantle a lifetime of self-protection mechanisms, to admit they were wrong, to face the terrifying vulnerability of being seen, fully and without excuse, by the one person whose opinion has always mattered most. They are writing letters they will never send, but the act of writing is carving the truth deeper into their own psyche. They are speaking to you in empty rooms, testing the weight of the words on their tongue. I was afraid. I am sorry. I see you now. I need you. The signs have escalated from nudges to shoves. It's no longer just number sequences. It's hearing a specific, obscure song you both loved playing in a dentist's office. It's seeing someone from behind with your exact posture and their heart leaping into their throat. It's dreaming of you so vividly, conversations that feel real, touch that feels warm, that they wake up disoriented, reaching for a presence that isn't there. The universe is using every tool in its arsenal to say, pay attention. This is real. This matters eternally. They have had a horrific clarity, the vision of you moving on, not as a vague worry, but as a detailed, visceral premonition. They see you smiling with someone else, your light glowing for another, your patience, your wisdom, your profound love being a gift to another soul. And this vision is not met with jealousy first, but with a devastating, gut-wrenching grief. A grief for a future they threw away, a grief that feels like death. This grief is the final catalyst. The fear of loss has now conclusively overpowered the fear of rejection. They are now in planning mode, but this isn't a logistical plan. It's an emotional and spiritual offensive. They are gathering their courage like scattered weapons. They are rehearsing not just words, but a state of being, open, honest, defenseless. They are preparing for the moment not as a confrontation, but as a pilgrimage, a journey to the altar of your shared connection to lay down their armor. They are thinking about timing, about creating the right moment, but the universe is guiding them toward spontaneity, toward the moment when the emotion simply becomes too pressurized to contain, and it bursts forth in an authentic, unscripted wave. Your own energy field is now actively interacting with theirs. This is why you may feel sudden, unexplained rushes of emotion, sadness, longing, anxiety, or sudden, profound peace. You are picking up on their final struggle, their climax of feeling. You may wake at 3 a.m., your mind crystal clear, as if called. This is the witching hour for a reason. The veil is thin, and soul communication is potent. They are thinking of you then. You are feeling the pull of their intense focus. Someone will speak a final truth to them. A person of significance, a parent, a mentor, an old friend, will say something that cuts through the last layer of denial. It will be a simple statement. You're not the same. Your light is dim. Go fix what you broke. Or life is too short for pride this expensive. This external voice, coming from a trusted source, will act as the permission slip they didn't know they needed. It will transform their private longing into a public, accountable truth. They will have to act or admit to this person that they are choosing cowardice. That admission to themselves will be untenable.
They are beginning to understand the spiritual contract. This isn't a random earthly romance. This is a soul agreement. Your silence forced them to the bargaining table of their own destiny. They are rereading the terms: grow or lose, evolve or remain empty, choose love or choose the slow death of the spirit. They are choosing growth. They are choosing evolution. They are, finally, choosing love. The crazy thing they are about to do is not an act of madness, but an act of supreme sanity. It is the irrational logic of the heart finally overriding the broken calculator of the ego. It might look like impulsivity to the outside world, a sudden trip, a grand gesture, a message that pours out a lifetime of withheld emotion. But to the spiritual eye, it is the most precise, divinely timed, and correct action they have ever taken. It is alignment in motion. So what is your role now? It is to remain in your sovereign peace. You have done the work. You set the boundary of silence not as a punishment, but as a testament to your own worth. That boundary has served its divine purpose. It has been the refining fire. Now you must stand steady in the truth you declared with your quietness. Do not waver, do not second guess, do not reach out to ease their process. Their journey through this fire is sacred and necessary. To interrupt it would be a spiritual disservice to both of you. Hold the vision of the person you are, whole, complete, at peace, worthy of a love that is courageous and clear. That vibration you hold is the beacon. It is the frequency they are scrambling to match. Your continued inner peace is the final proof of your worth, and it is the very thing that makes their return not a rescue mission, but a homecoming to a higher plane. The moment is being sealed in the unseen. The threads of energy are braiding together, pulling them inevitably toward the expression that will shatter the silence. It will come when you least expect it, yet in a way that will feel perfectly ordained. A phone will ring, a doorbell will sound, a notification will appear, and in that fragment of a second, before you even process the what, your spirit will know the who. There will be a deep inner click, a feeling of a cosmic lock turning open. This is the promise of the divine setup. Your silence was never an ending. It was the pregnant pause between one movement of the symphony and the next, more beautiful, more resonant movement. You stopped playing your instrument so their soul could learn its essential part. Now the orchestra is tuning, the conductor is raising the baton, the air is thick with anticipation. Stay ready, not in anxiety, but in serene preparedness. Keep your heart soft, but your boundaries strong. The love that returns to you will not be the love that left. It will be that love, refined, deepened, matured, and desperately grateful. It will have passed through the veil of its own fear and come out the other side, purified. They are coming, not because you asked, but because your silence asked everything of them, and they are finally ready to answer. This is the final stretch. The spiritual work is done. The emotional work is culminating. The physical manifestation is imminent. Breathe. Trust. The silence is about to speak.